what anybody says. Bill King's Fantasy Football League, Season 3 of the broadcast, Week 5 of the 2024 season. Thank you all for being here. We are joined by my man, Fireman Richard, the Morning Coffee, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Rumble, Studio, and Twitch primarily. Rich, how are you, sir?
I am doing great, Tony. We're starting up Week 5, and we've got some football playing right now over there in London, and it's a good game so far. But we're excited about Week 5 here.
Give me the score on that game if you don't mind.
We've got 7 minutes and 51 seconds left. Minnesota's up 10-0, and they're pushing down towards the goal line now.
Rogers, what quarter is it? I didn't hear you. What quarter is it?
It's first half. It's second quarter.
Second quarter. We still got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Rogers sitting on the sideline. He's not looking happy right now.
I know he's not. He hasn't looked happy in a couple
of weeks. 50-yard line pushing down towards their Donaldson's got in the pocket, passes, going. Almost I picked up 8 yards there. So there's Minnesota's. Both teams have had a takeaway. The one takeaway that Minnesota had on the Jets was a pick six from an Aaron Rodgers interception.
Gotcha. We also joined by Michael Bathurst, #ShotMGB, all platforms. Mike, what's going on? How you living? Talk to the people, please, sir.
How you doing? I'm glad to be here. We're into Week 5. It seems like crazy how quickly this went by. Do we have time to talk about some of the games from last night?
Yes, that we do. Yes, I got to catch you on what you want to talk about. I'm on your case. Go.
Okay. So Sunday, Week 4, there was, I thought, some really cool, tight games.
Absolutely. I want this. I want to mess with you. Go for it, man. Go for it.
Yeah. So, we had the Saints who lost by a mere 2 points to the Falcons. And we're also looking at Denver, who squeaked out a win against the Jets with 1 point.
Gotcha. Excuse me a second, Cam. Whatever. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And Mike, Cam, if you want to come up, you can, bro. I did send the link on the league chat. You are a member. The door is open. Go ahead, Mike. My apologies.
No problem. We have to talk to the people. I get it. The Washington Commanders, 42-14 with the Cardinals. Oh my God, that was a blowout. And this is a team. I don't know if you guys remember. I said within 2 years, I felt like they would be in the Super Bowl because of the management. No, Commanders. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that. Me and Brian talked about that too. I said they'll be coming, and they're looking like they're getting ready. They looking like they're getting ready to be there. Go ahead, please.
And then Fireman Rich asked me why I didn't vote for, or put my honor towards the lovely Jets when they were playing Minnesota, and I basically told him I wasn't suicidal.
Okay, I can accept that. That's a good take.
31-29 against Green Bay. It goes to show you how good Green Bay is.
Yes, and I've been saying that myself. I do want to throw out there the Thursday night game, Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. Great football.
Oh, let me tell you about that game real quick. I was watching that game up until like was it the Falcons and who the Falcons play?
The Falcons play the Buccaneers.
The Bucs, yeah, the Bucs.
Baker Mayfield, brother.
Oh, he was playing great, Mike. I was watching, and they it was like 6 minutes to go. I was too tired. I was like,
they should have won.
The Bucs had this. I wake up the next morning seeing they tied it going to overtime, and Atlanta won. I'm like, oh my God!
Listen.
And that game right there put Cousins the most yardage in a game.
4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 509 yards.
Biggest of both touchdowns over Matt Ryan, and I guess he held the record. And
he had a monster game. He earned his check in that game in a lot of people's eyes. I will say that in my opinion. They show why they got him. They show why they didn't really want to draft a quarterback in the draft or why they should have picked up defense. But I want to tell Falcons fans right now, and I'm going to say this myself because I'm a critic of the Falcons. Their defense is playing very well this season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very well. They have not looked this good in years, in my opinion, because people have had an issue with their defense having holes in it. I've been to a couple of games. I've seen the holes in their defense. But what I'm seeing right now from the Falcons, They all right this season. Baker Mayfield on the Bucks. Mike, that's your man's. I've never had anything against him. We just wanted to see him be who they thought he was, and he showed it in Tampa Bay. I think he's been a decent replacement for Tom Brady since he left. No disrespect to Brady, no disrespect to Baker Mayfield, but he's showing why he was drafted into the NFL because he's playing fine. He really is.
Am I
Anything else?
hearing your TV or am I hearing
Probably
Paramount?
mine because I got a ESPN on, so that's my apology. I'm checking for the updates because there was actually a player that's out today. Jalen Warren of the Steelers, he's out. I had to change my roster. I mean, actually, I pick up somebody else off the waiver wire. So,
Is there any way we can turn it down because it sends me?
with your anyway, I did turn it down. My apologies, Jason, you turn it down a little bit over there too, please. Is it halfway?
It's below halfway.
Okay, we're good to go. Thank you. You want to say hi?
Hello.
He said hello.
Thank you. Now it's way better. It's way better. I can think.
Because of your headphones, but I appreciate that. It's probably because anybody else will hear it, so thank you for that. Gentlemen, channels are good. Links are up. League members, invite is out there to join if you feel like you can. Well, I know people are busy, but we're just going to roll with it. Rich, you good over there?
Good to go.
Gotcha. Let us go ahead and get this rolling because Mike is chomping at the bit. It's all in his face.
Let's get it going.
I want to talk.
Let's go.
We're going to bring them up, ladies and gentlemen. It is week 5 of the 2024 season. Information for the league will be coming from NFL.com because the league is set in NFL.com. Let me go ahead and get the start-em and sit-ems. By the positions, we're going to start off with quarterbacks. They recommend starting Jaden Daniels of the Commanders versus the Browns. No debate from me. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
No debate. Good quarterback.
I think he's the best quarterback in the league right now, for my personal.
Really? You know what? I want to try something else. Let me do this. Let me see if that helps people. That should help a little better, shouldn't it?
I like it. I like it. Switch it up. Yeah.
I don't want to block the narrative. Daniel's a must start now. You'll see him. Yeah, narratives on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. I've got no debate against starting Jaden Daniels. It only makes sense. He's actually thriving this season right now as a rookie. Start Jordan Love with the Packers against the Rams. You have to.
You have to. That's another one.
You have to. Mike?
I like him. I'm just a little concerned because he's just off of injury. He might be a little brittle. So if you have a better choice that isn't brittle, but everybody right now who's a quarterback seems to be compromised.
Injury-wise.
Yes.
You know the best part about the team right now, though? His backup plays well. Malik Willis. Is it Willis? I'm not sure.
Good.
Yes, he is good. So Green Bay, I think they're sitting comfortable regardless. Justin Fields of the Steelers, they recommend starting him against the Cowboys. You have to.
He's rated one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. I don't know if you know that.
I did not know that. And to his benefits, he has Russell Wilson at backup number 1. Number 2, he's off of that Bears team. The Bears are not looking good for their QBs, and Justin Fields is looking like the person they drafted him to be, the same way I said that about Baker Mayfield. He's in the better system. Biggest to him. Rich, your thoughts?
No brainer so far in the quarterback. So you start every one of them as far as I'm concerned. They're top tier quarterbacks. The fantasy point projections is up to 18 on all those so far. So I'd start him without. I know the concern what Michael said about the injury, but when he's coming back, he's probably hungry to play again and stuff. So he might light up Los Angeles today.
Who? Justin Fields?
No, the previous.
The previous quarterback, Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love. Yeah, but Justin Fields. This one I'd start him against Dallas, no problem. I think it's going to be a good game because I think the defense is pretty decent for the Chicago. Dallas, they just have to get back on track. If they don't get on track here in the next couple games, it's the season is done for them.
Totally agree.
I think it's a setup.
Can I just bring up one quick rumor?
Go for it.
Hello. Hi,
Danica.
Hello, Danica.
What's up, Danica? How you doing? She been telling me she been making it. I finally see her.
Happy Sunday.
She had to get it here through Mike's Twitch. Oh, my pain, Donika. It's on my Twitter. My pain, Donika.
So here's the thing. Yes. I don't know if you guys heard this, but the Dolphins are very interested in Russell Wilson.
I have not heard that.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're very
really.
yeah.
Where'd
They
you
feel
hear
like
that?
he'd be a good fit. One of the feeds that is actually for the Dolphins, not just some loony. They have been considering him. Oh, thank you.
I have not seen that at all.
I have not either. That's
She's on your Twitter
Mhm.
and your Twitch.
Yes.
I'm picking on Danica. She's fine. Brock Purdy, they recommend starting him against the Cardinals. I have no debate. My concern is the 49ers offense. And the Cardinals do have a defense. Do not be fooled by that record. I will say that myself. Do not be fooled by that record.
No heaven.
Thank you. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
I have no question. I'd start him. He's a good quarterback. I think he's a top-notch quarterback. Probably one of the best. He's in the top 10. I would start him with no doubt.
Gotcha.
That system is really weak right now, and they are in shambles. So if you have someone better than Brock Purdy, I would run somebody else. Brock
Right.
Purdy right now is.
Who would you say would be better, Michael? If I just interject.
Oh my God! It's so many other choices than him right now. So many. Like I could give you like 10. That the problem is it's not him. He's not the problem.
Okay.
So we have to remember when it's fantasy football, we just want the best choice.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be logical for the team. I'm not saying sit him out for San Francisco. I'm basically saying if you have let's say you had Kirk Cousins and you thought Kirk Cousins was nothing before, and you also have Brock Purdy, I would go with Kirk Cousins. If you have Daniel right now, so I would take him. If I had CJ Stroud, I would take him over him. If I could go on forever.
Well,
Not-
Kirk
not-
Cousins. Yeah, with
Go
the
ahead.
Kirk Cousins and Purdy, I would take Purdy because Purdy's won a Super Bowl. Cousins hasn't. Purdy is a solid quarterback. And
When did Purdy win the Super Bowl? When did Purdy win the Super Bowl? He's been to the Super Bowl. When did he win?
Fantasy football, I'm looking at who the San Francisco's playing against, and I think they're going to take. They can very easily take and win against the Cardinals, and that entails a good quarterback hitting a couple of touchdowns. And I just think he ranks up there. I don't know. Let me bring up the. Go ahead, Michael.
I have a bad feeling that Arizona is going to win this.
Okay.
And they are on their heels, and it's not a coaching problem.
Right.
Not Brock's problem. It's like Matthew Stafford right now. He is an amazing quarterback, but all the pieces around him are gone. So he's not a good choice to pick in fantasy. You need where they have healthy weapons around them. And I honestly I think I would rather have if I think Arizona is going to be close in this unless somebody steps up, and there's not that many weapons right now for.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the awful news about Christian McCaffrey?
No.
They had to cut out a whole section of his muscle in his leg because it's in the after party. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, well, I just look at it. We've looked every quarterback we've seen so far, and on their fantasy football projections, they're all at 18 to 20 points. So that's telling me these quarterbacks are ready. This is the fantasy football projection now, and they're all at 3, 4, and 5 stars on all the quarterbacks we talked so far. So from a fantasy football start, every one of these quarterbacks, unless you have a gut feeling, and I've had that gut feeling before, it's like they're not going to, and I've had that, so I can respect that.
I had that same feeling last week when Buffalo was playing against the Ravens.
Mike, take it easy. You're on the road. I got to catch you. Brian, what's going on?
Get your butt up here, buddy.
He probably can't make it. He probably can't. He's still out there working. Let me keep going because YouTube will get rolling.
I'm sorry. My fault.
Start Geno Smith against the Giants. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, Giants. Yeah.
Absolutely. hands down.
Can't believe this.
To him as
Are you
well. Sit him.
serious? Are
They
you
are
serious?
recommending
You have to
Mahomes
sit him right now. He's awful. His numbers right now are awful. He has not been in the top 5 fantasy quarterbacks since week 7 of last year. That's how long it's been. Since week 7 of last year is the last time that he.
I'm not going to lie, gentlemen. Go ahead and elaborate on this one. This is pretty interesting to a lot of people that you said a Super Bowl quarterback. So
Yeah,
please continue.
he's a great clutch player. He
Mhm.
has a wonderful defense around him. But if you look at all of his weapons right now, like I was so excited this year because they had Hollywood Brown, and I was like, oh, that's great. Then he was out. Their main target, Rashee Rice, now is out because of that freak injury. Kelsey looks like he's not present. Hopefully he'll step up now that they need him. I would love to be wrong, but if you look at this, for fantasy, and not to be mean, I love him. I think he's the best quarterback in the league in a clutch position. If you were going for my life in a Super Bowl thing, I would bet my life on him. But through the regular season, he is just not performing because he doesn't have the adequate weapons around him right now, and they're depending too much on their defense. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. So, not that that matters.
You done?
Well,
Yeah.
the fantasy football points projection on him is just 1 point lower than all the rest of them up on the top tier of stardom. He's at 17.3. The only difference is those top stardoms, they're at anywhere from 4 to 5 stars, and on the fantasy projection is 2 stars. So there could be some validity to what Michael's saying, but I would not sit him. No, he's always been, he's right up there with Josh Allen. Josh Allen and him they switch back and forth.
Yeah.
The team, he's going to easily get at least 2 touchdowns, if not 3, in this game against the Saints.
But imagine though you had a chance to have, say, someone like Baker Mayfield, who has been better recently at getting more points, right? So, and Josh Allen is a great example of someone who would be a wonderful choice, or Lamar Jackson, or you want someone who's a dual threat who can maybe score. Like one of the things, okay, I could go on forever. Let's go to the next one. Yeah.
I got to give you time. You've given me time. I got to give you time. Kyler Murray, sit him against the 49ers.
Hell no.
No, all these quarterbacks, I would not sit if I had one of these guys.
I don't say that. I'm sorry.
These are all the quarterbacks everybody in a fantasy football league they're taking. You can't switch to another quarterback of this caliber.
Thank you.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yes,
that was sweet. That was sweet.
That was Mike's fault. That was all Mike's fault.
Yeah.
The 49ers are banged up. I would start them, honestly. Joe Burrow of the Bengals against the Ravens. Number
this is
one,
gonna be a good game.
Number 2, there's a lot of issues against Joe Burrow, and they think he's going to be the savior of the Bengals, and is being doubted and criticized. This is a possible AFC Championship game, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All jokes aside, because I still got the Bengals up there as a potential Super Bowl team, in my opinion. The Ravens, I got them going. So I think this is a monster game. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Joe Burrow is always a great choice. He has played really well this year. He just didn't have the weapons around him. He's been I think, in a really bad situation. He's shown a couple times that he's really good. He's just not in the zone. Mm-hmm. If you have someone better than Joe, I would go with him. But Joe is, for me, I would keep him personally. I think he's got the weapons around him now. I think he's got his 2 incredibly gifted receivers, and they're starting to gel. I think this is the week that he might have a great week. What do you think there, Fireman Rich?
I would start him again. Every quarterback we've seen so far, I would start him. Joe Burrow's, his projections are the same as Mahomes and all these other guys that would start him. So from fantasy football, granted they're going against Baltimore. Baltimore, I think this is the game that I mean, Baltimore, they're a scary team after beating Buffalo. If they perform that same scenario on Cincinnati as they did the Buffalo Bills, then Baltimore is putting a stamp out. They're back in that great team status, and they will definitely be one of my selections. They're on the way to the Super Bowl. So, but Joe Burrows, I think he's a solid quarterback. He just has to not make any mistakes, and that's usually the case on a lot of these top tier quarterbacks. They get a pick six as far as that goes, and or there's a fumble after they pass the ball or something like that. And but I would not sit Joe Burrows if I was picked. But then again, I'd probably have Lamar Jackson for the quarterback.
Rich is about to go as long as you, Mike.
Yeah, I am. I'll shut up now. Sorry. Mike is my influence.
I want y'all to watch the replay. You're going to laugh at yourselves. Sit Sam Darnold to Vegas to get the Jets. I would not.
No.
Let me be clear. Sam Darnold is doing outstanding with the Vikings right now. I don't remember the last time he had looked this good over duration.
It's 17-0 in the game currently right now.
And I will say, even when he was with the Jets and they had a bad record, he had numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember that. There's no way I would sit him against the Jets. First of all, that's his former team. Second of all, he's in a good system. No.
Oh, yeah.
No,
it is showing it. Yes.
I like what Brian says here. That's such a valid point. Here's the thing. Burrow is like Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah, that
He's
is.
reading defense is better, and he's also better at decision making. Sam
he's
Darnold
improving is what you're saying. He's improving is what you're saying, Brian. I got you.
Sam Darnold, don't forget, has one of the best defenses. So he is spending more time on the field.
Vikings have one of the best defenses right now?
Yes. They are vicious. They are vicious. They scare me. They're like the Ravens were last year when they had Queen. And unfortunately, when you have a team where you can't ever score and you can't ever seem to get close enough to do a field goal, they have the only time this year that I saw the 49ers where they were a mess was against Minnesota.
Your audio's acting up. Your audio's acting up.
Oh, is it? Is it better
yes.
now?
It was going in and out for a little bit. Check your settings. Not being funny for real.
Yeah. It's fine on my end. It'll probably be okay.
I think your microphone's tired of you.
Yeah. It's rejecting me. Is that what you're saying?
Oh my God. Rich, you
it's
got
heard
any
enough.
thoughts?
It's heard enough.
You got any thoughts? Rich?
On this pick, no, Sam Donaldson. He's like I said, they're
Darnold, Sam Darnold, not Donaldson.
Donald, yeah, Sam Donald. He's lighting up the Giants right now, or the Jets. They're 17-0 in London with 1:36 in the third quarter. Or no, they're still in the second quarter. Oh, they haven't gone to half.
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
It's a long 6 minutes there. Okay. This one, Derek Carr, I would sit him. His projections are not that high. And I think he's gonna. I think Kansas City Chiefs. Is this in Kansas City?
Yes.
Okay, so
based on how they got it right,
I think he's not going to have a good. I don't him as long, and also the next selection, which is Aaron Rodgers on the list there. That these would be the first two that I would sit, with no doubt.
Mike, what you got?
Derek Carr is very effective against Kansas City. I think he'll do well. I wouldn't sit him. And he has been great this year on and off. Many teams have been super effective at running against Kansas City this year for some reason. And because of that, he's going to have a better chance of being able to throw. Because if you can't run, they know every play what you're going to do before you do it.
Okay, let me help the both of y'all out. Actually, I'm not going to say that. Let me get my opinion. Based on what they did a couple of weeks ago, I'm not sitting him. But it was from Alvin Kamara going crazy and getting 5 touchdowns.
But
Alvin Kamara is actually hurt from what I remember, so I understand why they say to sit there.
I think he's back. Actually, I think.
Yeah, but did you see what he did in last week's game? He had 0 pass TDs, 5 yards rushing, and
Who was he playing?
I'm not sure. Last week.
Swifty says they won't win. Very good. I would agree. Brian, thank you for these insights. This is
What he
wonderful.
says.
Swifty says.
Who he played doesn't matter. He just didn't have any pass TDs or rushing yardage and stuff like that. So fantasy, he barely got 9 points in fantasy football for what he did do.
So fantasy wise, I got you. Fantasy wise,
yeah, for fantasy wise. The other side is real world. I probably went, win loss. I'd probably start him because he is a good quarterback and he did light up his first couple games there. But I think Kansas City, when they can make it a low scoring game if they want down in the
Nonsense. The Nonsense Network is in the house. Was good.
Yay! Good to see you guys.
25 cents of eyes. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Sit Aaron Rodgers of the Jets against the Vikings. This is risky. But based on what the score is right now, for those who are not aware, the game is actually being played in London on NFL.net. I think it's on the NFL Network.
Yes.
The Jets are losing. Rodgers has been looking frustrated the past couple of weeks. I can't even honestly really debate this, but I will tell you that I would have risked starting him this week. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Not against Minnesota. Well, like Michael said, they got a good defense, and they've shown that. I wouldn't have started. I wouldn't even have had Aaron Rodgers on my fantasy football team. I don't think I'm not. I like the Jets. I like to see them win, but the reality is, I think this is his last year. I'm going to start saying that because of what I've seen and what I've seen so far in this game. And there's something that the little dirty secret nobody's talking about. If he takes one hit, I think he's out because there's been talk on the talking heads that he's in practice. He's been reaching for that back leg there that he injured, which means
I've been seeing that hobble. I saw that hobble on the field. Yes, I did.
Yeah, plus there's a hobble too. We talked about that, Tony.
I saw that hobble.
So as far as him being in the top 10, even the top 20, I think that's just being based on what he did when he was in Green Bay. And the reality is I think he's just barely a second tier quarterback at this point. He's just getting the ball out there, but he's not doing anything compared to like a Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, granted, is younger and stuff like that. So, but the reality, I think that the age is a factor with Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers just scored a touchdown. Thank you. Whew. Got my alerts on.
Oh, Lazard.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations for Week 5 of the 2024 season. Of course, NFL.com. Let's go to the running backs. Yeah, because I actually started him this week. So I get the alerts. Turn your notifications on. Sorry. Actually, I'm not.
It's a good point.
I'm not. Start them. Running backs. Travis Etienne of the Jaguars against the Colts.
He's been hot lately.
Has he really?
Yeah, he's been hot lately. He's doing well. He looks good too. And that's the other thing. Stats isn't everything. You have to look at the film. If you see the film,
you got to watch the game. I agree. You got to watch the game.
The stats are a part of it. And then you have to use your intuition and also know the situation. If they're up against a really good defense and they're coming up to the game that happened, let's be real. The game that happened on Thursday would have not happened with the Steelers. It wouldn't have happened with the Raiders. It wouldn't have happened with Minnesota. It wouldn't have happened with KC. It just wouldn't have happened because it was almost like there was no defense on the field. It was bad.
Gotcha.
Like the Buccaneers, that was horrible. They had every opportunity to win that game.
Gotcha. Okay. Rich?
I would agree with Michael, other than the fact that I think I watched the whole game. I think both teams played fairly well, and they were fairly equal. I still haven't looked at the last part, what happened as far as them not holding them, because I went to bed thinking Tampa Bay was going to hold them. They had the game won because, I'm still remembering, Matt Ryan was was inducted in the Ring of Honor there in Atlanta, but I still remember Matt Ryan having a 3 touchdown lead going in the Super Bowl and Patriots coming back and waxing them. So that's what I thought was going to happen. It's just the end of the game and Tampa had that locked. So
do you know what was weird about that, guys, that we haven't talked about?
Not yet.
It's the very record that he held forever.
Right.
And he was being honored that night.
Mm-hmm.
Got taken away by Cousins. the same night. He was
Oh,
getting honored.
Well, I think Cousins. I think he would like to see, would have wanted the win instead of the record that night because he got inducted. And what better way to be inducted when your team got a win? A loss, it would have like, okay. I've seen that with the Giants. Whether
That's
it's
actually a pretty good point, Mike. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
We got a question in the chat. Saucy Bowl, how you doing? For flex, pick 1/2 PPR. Appreciate you, Brian Thomas Jr., T. Higgins, or DJ.
DJ Moore. DJ Moore for sure. I would.
I think T. Higgins is healthy. I'm gonna say T. Higgins.
Yeah, I say DJ Moore. I think this is this week.
Yeah.
I think he'll do slightly better.
I'm gonna say T. Higgins. Appreciate you coming through, Saucy Bowl. Good luck with your roster as well.
We'll have to remember that next week and see who is right.
Exactly. I'm going to keep moving, gentlemen. My apologies. Start Josh Jacobs of the Packers against the Rams. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal. Yes. That's just no brainer to me. Narrative is on the screen. Start Najee Harris of the
Your
Steelers. Boys. You're not going to tell me not to.
He's your
You're not
boy.
going to tell me not to. Yes.
Even when he was awful, you were still.
Sticking with who I say I think is going to have a decent career in the NFL. You damn right. Win or lose, you got to stick with him. You got to stick with them, even against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are in, like you said, shambles. We don't know what's going on, but they are 2-2. They are 2-2.
Yeah, it's not out of reach yet. It's not out of reach yet.
No.
Start DeAndre Swift for the Bears against the Carolina Panthers. You have to. He actually had a decent game last week. I think
you guys were dissing him, and I said, "Please start."
I did not diss him.
We're going to play the tape.
Watch the replay.
No,
watch the replay.
You watch the replay.
Watch the replay. I know what I said.
I think you're.
I haven't dissed any player. I just.
No. I'm talking to Tony.
He's projected matchup. He's 4 stars. He's a number 16th running back for fantasy. Projected points is 10.
I'll take it.
He'll be more than that.
No, could be.
For the Browns. I've been hearing this guy's name.
He's phenomenal.
I've been hearing this guy's name. Yeah, I've been hearing his name.
He's exciting
He's
to watch.
tied with Alvin Kamara for 3rd most targets at the running back position. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Against the Commanders, I would be concerned, but you have to start him. Tight end, Tucker Kraft or Pat Frymouth? Jesus.
That's a good question.
They actually got the tight ends on ESPN right now. Let me see who's ranked the best. Tucker Kraft or Pat Frymouth? I'm going to take Kraft.
I would take Tucker.
Only because Frymouth doesn't get enough points in the game. He's on the field, but he doesn't get that many points there, Saucy.
He doesn't get enough targets.
Wait a minute. Wait an absolute minute. Jonathan Taylor's back. I may have a pressure start today. Flacco will utilize him. All right, Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my co-workers. Jonesy, what's good, my boy? I appreciate you coming through. Switch that the OC finally figured out that running the ball helps the rookie QB and O-line. And he is actually a Bears fan. Big ups to my boy Jones. Appreciate you coming through, homie, man. Good seeing you. We got to catch up for real.
So is Flacco starting today?
Yeah.
Is that what he? Oh, that's so good.
What team's Flacco on? Indianapolis?
Colts. Is he on the Cowboys? I thought he was on the Browns.
Colts.
No, he used to be. That's last year. This year's so
he's on the Colts.
That's going to be interesting.
He won. He made them win the other day when they pulled him out. Remember?
My man Jonesy, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. For real. Ford against the Commanders, I will be concerned, but I say start him if he's running it like that. Sit him. Running backs to sit. Rashad White against the Falcons. That game that night, I don't remember what he did.
Let's see.
But I would not have sat him. I think he got hurt. Didn't he get hurt in that game?
He wasn't great.
I think he got hurt in that game.
I said that. Flacco is on the Colts. You're right.
Yeah, appreciate it.
He had 72 yards rushing and 3 receptions for 6.6 fantasy points.
Yeah, I think he got hurt that game, if I remember correctly.
He was projected for 8.3 points, so he came close. He's 6 points.
Yeah, and that was Thursday night's game. I'm still going to say it again. That Bucks-Falcons game Thursday night, that's one of the best Thursday night football games I've ever seen. Honestly, that was a great game.
It was a good game. It was evenly matched up until
was. Zach Moss of the Bengals, they say sit him against the Ravens. You know what?
Oh, I probably would.
I don't think I would.
You don't think so? Against the Baltimore's scary now. Like I said.
I got you, Brian. Michael Patton will have a good show by Flacco. Probably. I probably wouldn't sit him.
Receivers love Flacco.
Yeah, he'll throw the ball. Zach Moss was a excellent running back. He's on a great team, in my opinion, right now, and they're going up against a tough team. This is going to be a great matchup. Y'all might want to keep your eyes on this game today, seriously. Devin Singletary of the Giants, sit him against the Seahawks? Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. There's stop it. The Giants, no. Zamir White of the Raiders,
Yes.
this your boy. Sit him against the Broncos. What do you think about that?
I think so.
Rich?
Not too familiar with the Raiders.
It's going to be a tight game.
I don't know. So I'd probably end up sitting him if it was recommended because
Yeah.
Broncos say, and this is in, I would take it's in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So if, let's see, White played 60% of the Raiders offense snaps and had 70 carries. White ran for his staff the running yards. He's not getting the high end.
Yes. And that's pretty much Raiders offense. You don't know who's going to get the ball.
Brian says start him. Brian says start him. He always goes the opposite. Brian does.
See, Brian picks players like I do. That's what me and Brian get along at. We know who we like. We want to see the recommendation, but we still want to play who we like, and that's why me and him get along with this craziness. We do that. If you
Brian,
you have to pick who you like because they may be the breakout player in the game.
Oh, they could be. Yes, that's true. Good point.
The problem is with Denver, they are stingy on giving up yards. It'll be a really low scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have anybody do you think can get more yardage, it's just for the one game, I would not go with him.
Along that line, Michael, up to game 1 to 4, he's averaged 3 points each game, and he's projected 0 points. So that's probably why he's in the set-up.
I agree.
I say, I'm gonna tell everybody, make your own decision on that one. Sit Kareem Hunt, the Chiefs, and Carson Steele, and Samaje Perine against
No.
All the running backs.
No.
I would not sit Carson. No way.
If you were to start anyone from this group, it would be Hunt. Stolen the league gig, but Steele did get 17.
Oh, Carson Steele, yeah. I wouldn't either. He's good.
As long as he doesn't fumble it. He seems to be fumbling a lot.
So this is all about which one's going to get the most points, even though they're all going to play, in my opinion, because that's pretty much their whole backfield right there. Pause.
Right.
I'm serious. That's pretty much, they're not going to get any points. All of them may get the ball, but they're not going to be max points as far as running back and fantasy football. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your running back recommendations for Week 5 of 2024 season. Of course, NFL.com. That was crazy. Good Lord have mercy. The whole daggone Kansas City Chiefs.
I can't.
Backfield.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
No, it does make sense because you won't have any high point scorers.
Okay. From that, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Fancy.
I think they're going to rely on Kelsey and Xavier. That's what they're hoping.
Xavier Worthy's going to get double teamed, so the mother boys going to have to get the ball. That's what's going to happen.
They have to catch him, though. They have to catch him first.
They'll catch him. That's why they got safeties to stop him from scoring. Start him. Wide receiver recommendations. Deontay Johnson of the Panthers against the Bears. With Andy Dalton at QB, I heard they're working good. And I will also say this. Chuba Hubbard has been doing great as a running back since Andy Dalton has started.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Forget the records, ladies and gentlemen. Let me be clear. Chuba Hubbard got about 30 points 2 weeks ago, and I forgot what he got last week. But I know that 30 points shocked me. That shocked me. That's just him and Andy Dalton working. Deontay Johnson and him are working.
People were bouncing off of him, though, Tony. It was
off of Andy Dalton because of the age, yes. Because he's up there in age. He's old school quarterback right now.
Brian says roll the dice.
Yes, roll the dice on the Kansas City one. I'm good with this recommendation. Amari Cooper, the Browns against the Commanders. I've always liked Amari Cooper as a wide receiver. He has for injuries, bad teams, not getting the ball enough, all that good stuff. He looked all right in Dallas for a little bit. He's been looking okay in Cleveland, up and down as far as numbers. For this game, I would definitely start him. Especially.
Do you know who's interested in him right now?
Please tell me.
Kansas City. They want him.
Really?
Yeah, they do. They want him. They want him bad, actually. Yeah, he might be the missing piece. Yeah. Oh, he's a great receiver. I don't
You
care.
know what's crazy?
Aren't they interested in another person from Seattle too, Mike?
Appreciate that, Brian. Appreciate that.
They're interested in anybody that can give them some offense.
Sadie, thank you for coming through, Sadie. Thank you.
Hey,
Listen,
thank you,
Amari
Sadie.
Cooper should be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says or thinks.
Agreed.
He should be. If he goes to Kansas City, man, listen. That I think that will work, but who would they give up for him would be the question. We'll see afterwards.
Yeah.
Start Jaden Reed and Dontavian Wicks of the Packers against the Rams. No debate. No debate.
Yeah, they're both. Jaden Reed is so good right now.
Listen, those quarterbacks are going to give their players the ball. I've got no debate. Rich, do you?
Looks like they're both at 11 points projected,
Which is excellent.
and then they're both 3 stars. So yeah, I'd start them. They're what's the narrative say there as far as
If Jordan Love is at full power, Reed is a must-start option in each of his 2 games with Love this season. Reed has gone for over 130 yards at a touchdown, averaging 30.1 fantasy points per game. Damn. But he is not the only Packers receiver to get excited about. Wick's numbers in week 4 were exceptional. 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, and his volume was elite. 13 targets, 210 air yards, and 4 end zone targets. Both players have a great chance to stay hot against the Rams, who have been cooked by opposing wide receivers, spoiler alert, except for when they played the Bears last week. Even taking that game into account, the Rams are in the top 10 in touchdowns and fantasy points per game allowed to receivers. Damn. Romeo Doubs, who was targeted 8 times against the Vikings, is also in play in this one as a sleeper. Romeo Dobbs' name has come up more than once as well. You might want to load up on Green Bay Packers players. Yeah. I'm not even going to lie. I said I was going to stop sleeping on them. Here's their credibility. Smoke and Schizo was in the house. What is good, my man?
Yo.
Brian says 17-7 Vikings. Gotcha. The Jets are on the board, though. I'll take it. Terry McLaurin of the Commanders against the Browns. They say start him.
Oh, he's so good.
I think you, Brian, have talked about this guy on more than one occasion. And Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is the guy you was talking about. He is not getting enough credit. I think he's going to start shining real soon.
I think he's going to be a superstar in the future, bud.
Okay, Brian, if Cooper goes back to Dallas, y'all excuse me for a second. He did good and they traded him. If he goes back, they'll be rebuilding what they had to go to a Super Bowl. That has to work again. I like it. It just didn't go as far as I needed it to, but I do like Amari Cooper going back to Dallas. My apologies, gentlemen. Let me keep going. Terry McLaurin against the Browns. Yes, I would do that. No question. Khalil Shakir, Mike, this is your man. You told me about him yourself. Against the Texans, this is going to be a problem. Go ahead, gentlemen.
He was injured, though, recently. He's just starting to feel better. He's not a big guy, but he's super elusive and very powerful for his size.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me a lot of Puka Nacua. The way you look at him and you don't think there's much going on there, but he always gets extra yards. He's super slippery. I've considered like a number 4 last year, and now is, I think, considered number 1. What do you think, Fireman Rich?
Seeing that he's on the Bills, I think he's going to. Josh Allen's going to utilize him effectively to where he'll get some more than his share of touches. I would not sit him. I would start him against Texans. It's going to be a good game to watch. Of course, I'm going to say go Bills, go. But Texans, they've been a little flat the last game or two, even with the wins they've had. This should be the Bills have to bounce back in this game. If the Bills lose to the Texans, it's going to be an interesting season for the Bills. If they, it'll be 2 back-to-back losses and stuff. So, and Texans, they have the potential from the beginning. So, this could be anybody's game, actually.
I think I agree with anybody's game. I'm going to give it to the Texans as of right now myself. Not to cut you off. I just want to keep going. My apologies. Yeah. Sit them. Oh, God. I just said take T. Higgins. Now they're going to tell me to sit him. I would not say T. Higgins. After missing 2 weeks, he's returned with a couple of floor caliber games, and I would not anticipate his first big effort coming against the Ravens. That's a good point. Baltimore ranks in the middle of the pack against wide receivers on the outside, and Higgins has been up and down against him in his career. Even so, the Ravens have a knack for mucking games up, as illustrated by their ability to make life very difficult for the Bills last week. This could be a very tough, ugly kind of divisional battle.
Remember, we just talked about it. They
Yes,
asked
we did.
about it,
Yes, we did.
and
And
I
I said
said
Higgins.
DJ Moore, and you said Smoke
I
No
said
More.
T. Higgins. Yeah, I would take T. Higgins, but
I would take DJ Moore over T. Higgins in that situation.
and I'm
So
only saying that because the Bengals still look hungry. They look hungry. They look like they want revenge for their Super Bowl. I'm not mad at them at all. And they were
Baltimore,
great.
though, is defensively better than you think, Tony.
Baltimore is damn near elite right now.
After that game last week, yes.
The whole team, they are damn near elite. Derrick Henry is scoring and running like he ain't broke a bone, lost a missed a practice, nothing. Baltimore is damn near. I'm telling y'all, they're going to the bowl this year. I'm putting it down. I said at the beginning of the season, Ravens, Lions, Super Bowl. Get ready. I'm talking junk. Keenan Allen of the Bears. Sit him against the Panthers. Now, Mike, you told me about Keenan Allen going to the Bears and how they were going to be a better team with him. I put
he's been useless. He's been useless. He's
so
been hurt.
why has he been useless from what you've seen, if you don't mind me asking? Rich, check your audio. Check your audio, Rich. Check your audio.
You're in his screen is fading
and all that good stuff. Yeah. 32 sets of eyes. Appreciate everybody coming through. Mike, please continue with Keenan Allen while Rich fixes his audio.
Keenan Allen is showing signs of being old, unfortunately, and he is not what he was, and he has lost a step. I was really excited about him.
He was at the beginning. I said he was up there in age, and we had to see. So
yeah, he's a big target. He's a big target, which is great.
Season's not over, and I actually said he was going to be a distraction and or a target for help to help everybody else out. If you're seeing the age kick in, that's good. But I know he could still get on the field. But Jesus, that's messed up. Even against the Panthers. Good Lord. Jalen. This is because of the quarterback issue, ladies and gentlemen. They say sit Jalen Waddle the Dolphins against the Patriots. This is because of the quarterback issue, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
I agree. 1,000%. Yeah.
Yes, Brian. Justin Hill is balling 100%. Them Ravens, boy, y'all better watch the Ravens. You got to sit a lot of Dolphins receivers. They're not going to get the points without the quarterback in play. Two needs to sit down. Skylar, okay. I actually wanted to big up Huntley the other week, and he did not look good that night at all. Rich, give me a sound check.
Tony, you should play. You should put this in here. You should put this in.
I will when we finish. Because we already have 47 minutes. Rich, you're good. Let me get back in the mix. We're almost halfway through, y'all. Yeah, you got to sit Jalen Waddle. I hate to say it, he's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Jordan Addison of the Vikings, I would not have sat him against the Jets. Anybody got his numbers as of right now for the game while they're playing it as we speak?
A lot of people are off of him right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is underrated. I don't think he's a person that you should ever sit.
I agree, Mike, 100%.
He's highly skilled. I think he. I don't want to be mean. I think he's moody. I'll call it that.
And that's fine, but he's been there for a minute. I actually do keep my eye on him for the games and his numbers because he should be getting the ball a lot more and he should be more utilized at his position because I think he plays fine. I truly do.
He is one of the best, like, dazzling receivers I've ever seen. He moves kind of like Flowers does.
Mm-hmm.
He does. There's a lot of similarities. He's not a big guy, so that can be part of the problem. He also reminds me a little bit of Xavier Worthy, but I think he has better hands.
Gotcha. Brian, I'm going to need you to elaborate because I can't see the game. I'm going to keep it going. Rich, let me know when you get back, man. The door's going to be open. Sit Cortland Sutton of the Broncos against the Raiders. That's because of daggone off. It's not working. That you talked about Bo Nix. Tell me what you're seeing with the Broncos because I don't know about them right now.
Oh, Bo Nix is good. I think there's a good chance they could take this game. Don't underestimate him.
Understood. Rich, you good over there?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
Here's another person they were really highly interested in, believe it or not, Kansas City. Cortland Sutton. He was on.
It would help his career. I would agree with that. That would help his career. Because he's sitting still down there. He is a good receiver, honestly. He is a good receiver. That will help his career to get to another team because it's not working out for him right there. Let me keep it going. Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your wide receiver recommendations for week 5 of the 2024 season. Of course, NFL.com. We are now going to go to the tight end position. Rich, how you looking over there?
I'm good. I'm back.
Okay,
I
good.
just had a bump on my internet, being a rural area and stuff like
It
that.
happens to all of us.
yeah.
Starting tight end positions. Jake Ferguson at the Cowboys against Steelers. No debate. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Yes. Yes.
Why? Why do you think that's a good choice?
The man's a beast and he's on the Cowboys. Period. Next.
But okay, no, but just hear me out. The Cowboys right now are a mess. And we got to remember, we're not saying there's a better choice on the Cowboys. We're just saying on your roster, there may be a better. The Cowboys right now are in a spiral. And we have to remember, Pittsburgh is super stingy about giving any points to anybody.
They're super stingy against you getting downfield. I agree with that.
So this isn't Tampa Bay. If they were playing Tampa Bay, and I love Tampa Bay, I would say play him.
Okay, I'll make it easy for you. I'm biased by watching him play previously, the team he's on, and who he's up against. If you don't get downfield, you're going to be great with the short pass. Tight ends are great for the short pass. He'll get yards. He may not get touchdowns, but he will get yards.
I think on the average, most of your tight ends, if you look at every tight end on every team, that's been the case as far as for the short. I don't think there's any tight ends on the short passing routes have really done that badly.
Gotcha. And Mike, like I said, I wasn't being rude. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I'm a little biased on tight end.
No, I get that, but you also have to be logical.
You go back to Novacek, you go back to Witten, you go back to Schultz. Yeah. Now you got Ferguson. And me and Brian have been watching Dallas tight ends, not being funny, pause, all that good stuff, for a couple of years. Jake Ferguson is a beast. I'm keeping him. I would keep him. It's not even a question. Dalton Kincaid of the Bills, another good tight end against Texans. He's got a.
He's not gonna. I don't think he's going to get that many points, but this is another one. He's solid on the short, and he's not okay. All the tight ends are not a Kelsey Travis. Okay, so as far as getting those longer, he's on San Francisco there. Kittle. Those are the ones. Those are the two when you're talking long yardage for a tight end. But these guys, the tight ends, I think they're solid for the short. So as far as that goes,
you have to play him.
I got to play Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
You have to play him.
And Houston will give some points up. They will. Their defense isn't super. It's okay.
I'm gonna let you and Brian deal with that one because I disagree honestly. Brock Bowers of the Raiders against the Broncos.
Beast.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. I love him.
You said he's a beast. That's your man's right there. That's your man's. I'm not gonna lie. Even against the Broncos, that's your man's. I'm not going to debate it. Evan Ingram of the Jaguars. This is another one of the tight ends who have been around for a minute that I'm surprised is still getting praise. He is up there with Keenan Allen as far as being in the league, in my opinion. Whew. This guy, he may be the one that's going to help bring this team back a little bit, if at all. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I'd sit him.
Matchup, he's got 5 stars. Projected points is 0 for this week. He's only been in one game. That was against Miami, and he had a half a point. So as far as I'd probably sit him.
He's not going to get on the field if Flacco is playing. It is going to be a high scoring game. There's going to be 3 or 4 touchdowns. It's going to be. Don't forget, Jacksonville right now is in last place.
I know. Breaking news: Brian says Aaron Jones is out hit for the rest of the game. There you go. Keep it going, please. Appreciate it, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. You're the best. What do you think, Brian?
Well, he'll drop a comment in a minute. I don't know if I would start him. I think I might risk it because he's trying to get back into the mix, and that needs to be done. That may be one of the reasons why they're down and missing one of the key players. Pat Fryermuth of the Steelers.
Great player.
Cowboys. He is a great player. He's on the field. He just doesn't get a lot of points, but he did get 16.7 fantasy points after going for 57 yards on the touchdown against the Colts last week. That's a big game for him.
No, I would play him.
That is a big game for him. I don't remember the last time he's got that many points. Whose audio is glitching? One of you.
It's not me.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think.
Is it me again?
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be. It might be.
you can
It's all
tell by
good.
his screen. He's fading in and out. He's
Okay,
doing
you
like,
can see it because I'm rolling through the scroll. Okay, sit them. Tight ends that you sit, Mark Andrews and Isaiah
yes,
Likely
sit
of the
him.
Bengals. I would not. The usage is not there for Andrews and Likely right now. Andrews has played less than 50% of the snaps and ran single-digit routes in two straight games. Despite being on the field, more Likely is not seeing volume. Well, he was that first week, I will say that. So since then, okay. He has just 6 targets in the last 3 games. There you go.
I
Andrews,
think he's hurt. I think honestly, I think he's hurt.
go for it.
I think he's playing hurt.
Mhm.
Isaiah Likely is a good choice to play, not sit.
But they say sit the both of them.
I would not.
Andrews had just 2 targets in the last 2 games and not scored the fantasy points this week too. I would try to buy low and hope they can figure it out as the season goes on. But until we see them utilize more, sit them. Now, this is also going to be due to Derrick Henry showing his ass on the field and letting people know he is still relevant. I will say that.
Okay.
I would say that because Derrick Henry is out there showing out. Nothing against them. All they got to do is block and be ready. I understand this. I still wouldn't do it. Sit Kyle Pitts of the Falcons against the Bucks. I would not. And he actually did get some points Thursday night. I actually benched him on my roster, and he got double-digit points. So I'm mad.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't, and I would have told
No,
people.
but you know why?
Why?
The reason is there was just so many attempts. What it was like 50 something. So this is not a normal game. Like in the first hit, and this is what you got to remember is that
Mhm.
you can't base it on some wild shootout for for next week. Just remember this was a fluke.
Let me
This
say
was
this. Let me say this, and I apologize to you.
Go
The
ahead.
recommendations for the game when you do fantasy, it'll show you the projected points. He wasn't projected to get as many points as who was
Nobody
it?
was. Nobody
No,
was.
no,
That's
no. I'm
crazy.
saying they had it was him on my roster. I had him and I had McBride.
Yeah.
McBride for the Cardinals is supposed to get more points than Pitts. Now Pitts got 15.8 points in this league Thursday night. So I am furious.
So,
If
but
my tight end gets double
here's
digit
the
points,
thing:
go ahead.
Cousins, by the second quarter, right,
Mhm.
was at their projected points. Second quarter for the whole game.
Yes. And the points will change during the game. I agree. But I wouldn't have sat him. And this is what I'm going to tell you. The only reason why I did is because of the recommendation I had for that night game. So that's me. But he did Cole Kemet, which is another guy I like at tight end position.
Love him.
He is good to me. I would not sit him.
No way. Not against Carolina,
Oh,
especially.
no.
I would not sit Cole Kmet. I would not. Tyler Conklin of the Jets. The only reason I would sit him because New York Jets tight ends are not known for getting numbers, but these guys have been sneaking in yards here and there. I actually heard his name called a couple of times carrying the ball in the game. I think it was last week or the week before.
He's
Against the
very good.
Vikings right now, somebody may have to check his numbers. I don't think he would get any. So I would agree with this, but it will piss me off because he's going to be the player that you sleep on that's going to get those points you needed to win the game in a week.
And that
He's
happened.
he's projected. His week ranking is tight for tight ends number 15. He's 4 points projected. Last week he only got 1.7, but the game against New England he had 9.
Gotcha. I can't debate it. Brian, this your boy. Sit Taysom Hill against the Chiefs.
That's 2
You know what?
weeks in a row. Did they last week wanted to sit him?
He's
Oh,
banged up now. There it is. He's got injuries.
Mhm.
There it is.
oh,
There it is. Swiss
But he-
Army knife has injuries. There it
He's
is. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your tight end recommendations.
there you go,
found
Brian. He's a Swiss Army knife.
in accordance with NFL.com. I'd hate to do it, but yeah, I probably have to sit them. Kickers, we're almost done, gentlemen. We're almost done. Sit him. Young Ho Koo. I wouldn't sit him. No, actually start him. Excuse me. Start him. Absolutely. He's one of the best kickers in the NFL, in my opinion. He truly is.
Yeah. Yeah, you
He's
think so?
Yes, he's one of the best kickers in the NFL, in my opinion.
Well,
yes.
he definitely came through for them. Holy God, did he ever? He was great.
Brian got breaking news. Sauce Gardner is down. Great.
Oh no. Oh, that's awful.
That's
That is
pain
awful.
for the Jets defense. Ladies and gentlemen, do not sit Young Hoku. That'll just be me. Let me go ahead and go out on the limb. Do not sit him at your kicker. Go ahead and draft him and keep him on your roster. I don't care who he plays against. Chase McLaughlin of the Bucks. Start him against. Absolutely.
He's really good. He's
Absolutely.
really good. Like he's been showing signs of being phenomenal. Like he was fun to watch. He was so fun to watch in that game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The Bucks are getting downfield. He's going to get the ball between the goalposts, no question. Evan McPherson, of course, you got to start him. The Bengals are going to move downfield. They're going to move downfield. They don't care who they're against, even against the Ravens. You have to start him, period. Jake Moody get the 49ers.
I'd start him.
Okay.
I'd start him for San Francisco. Get rattled going to the side.
We got to see how they're going to move downfield. This one's a little shaky to me. The 49ers get downfield good. Against the Cardinals, I don't care what their record says. You got to be careful. Start Chris Boswell as a kicker for the Steelers against the Cowboys.
He's a solid kicker. He's a solid kicker, I think.
He's a solid kicker, but are they going to get downfield is my question. Your kicker needs to get inside the 50. Highly recommend it. After the 50 is a problem. I don't know if the Steelers, well, you know what? Dallas Cowboys defense has been looking a mess. I'm not going to debate it. Got it. Sit them. Daniel Carson of the Raiders. I don't know about this one. Once again, the Raiders are iffy every game. You almost got to risk their players. That's the team you kind of gamble on win or lose when you're able to take a loss. You just want to feel like taking a risk. That's the Raiders to me. Even against the Broncos.
Yeah, I would agree. That's a good.
Even against the Broncos. Cam Little of the Jaguars, sit him against the Colts. Well, we know why. The Jaguars don't look like much right now.
Yep.
They truly do not look like much. Sorry. Greg Zola and the Jets sit him against the Vikings. Based on what we're seeing, no debate. Ladies and gentlemen, that game is going on. The score is 17-7, as I remember. Anybody got any updates on that game?
They're in the third quarter, 9:48-1, and the score, like you said, Vikings got the ball, 2nd and 10.
Gotcha. 33 sets of eyes. Thank you all again. Thank you all again. Thank you all again. Carol Sanchez of the Bears versus the Panthers. You want to sit the kicker against the Panthers? I don't think I would.
It makes sense in some way, and the reason
in some way, yes,
because you're going to be able to have free, flowing movement on the field. You may not have to kick very much because you're going to get in the red zone and you're going to score a lot. It's better to maybe put your I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know about this one. Will Lutz of the Broncos sit him against the Raiders?
I would not.
Couple, but I wouldn't either. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are your kicker recommendations. Week 5, 2024 season course, NFL.com defense, the last one. These guys keep taking me over an hour, but you know what? It's been entertaining. I thank the both of you.
We're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah, we got lots of time still. We're good. Oh God, yeah, we got
33 sets of eyes. Thank you all. Start the Broncos defense against the Raiders. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Let me just be honest with every last one of you. Yes. Start the Dolphins defense against the Patriots. Yeah, these two teams are terrible.
It's a divisional, and I think Miami they need to win this game.
Who would have thought that would have happened? Like nobody would have predicted.
Oh, you expected the injury, you just never wanted to see it happen with Tua Tagovailoa. Honestly, you just did not want it to happen. Vikings just punted. 3rd, 7-14. Appreciate you, Brian. Thank you for the updates, my boy. Carolina's defense, start them against the Bears. Yes. That's not even a question. The Colts defense against the Jaguars, yes. The Jaguars are 0-4. I mean, yes. Indianapolis Colts start off the season high energy. They're 2-2. No debate from me. The Raiders defense, start them against the Broncos. Yes, start both defenses against each other, hands down. If you got a 2-defense lead, play both of them on the same.
Yeah, that's going to be a low-scoring game for sure.
I don't know if it's going to be lower scoring, but it's going to be a mess. Sit them. Sit the Houston Texans defense against the Bills. I would not. Mike, you were saying something about their defense earlier. Please go ahead.
I think that's a good choice, actually. I think that's a good choice. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I don't think that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I would sit him.
Gotcha. Rich?
We're talking sit them Texas?
Yeah, sitting the Texans against the Bills. Sitting Texans defense against the Bills. I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either. I don't know. I'd be more apt to sit the Cleveland Browns against Washington there on the second one. But
yeah,
I don't know. But then again, I would probably have the Bills defense if I was fantasy footballing and stuff.
Gotcha. The Browns defense, sit them against the Commanders. I don't know if I would. I really don't. I see the narrative, and it makes total sense.
Yeah, it does. It does make sense on paper. It doesn't mean it makes sense in life, though. I know.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Sit the Cowboys defense against Steelers. Based on what's been going on with the Cowboys recently, I can't necessarily disagree. So
Yeah.
this would be a
We
risk
have
to start them.
Just that first sentence.
we
Yes.
have 18 people right now watching this on Twitter. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you for your 18. I got 33 total showing on my end.
Yeah.
Thank you. Brian says the Patriots got this game. I appreciate any and everybody coming through watching. Thank you all. Sit the Saints defense against the Chiefs. I wouldn't. Ain't no way in the hell.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I
No.
wouldn't either. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
gonna be
Hell.
a Sock'em game. We've already talked about that.
Yes. Sit the Falcons defense against the Bucks. No. No. And I tell you why, because this is a division rivalry that is heating up.
Oh,
That
both
whole
defense
division
played
is heating up against each other.
outstanding on this game, Tony. When I watched it, it was just
It was an excellent game. Very excellent game.
excellent defensive wise.
Very excellent game, period, on both sides of the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, those are your defensive recommendations. Week 5 of 2024 season, of course, NFL.com. We have finished my roster. Mike Bathurst has been chomping at the bit to get out. Go, Mike, go.
Go, Mike, go.
I'm going to eat my chips.
You're going to eat your chips. Well, no, you
This
got
is good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is good stuff. Go ahead.
you got to participate. You can't
I
just
do participate.
eat your chips. What the
Have I
heck?
not shown over the past 3 years? Nothing stops me from broadcasting except for sleep, being a parent, and working.
And Windexing.
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, the Windex thing used to be very
Before Michael gets going with him, real quick, I'll put this up.
Yes, please do. Go for it.
Okay, this is for week 4. As you can see, Brian surged to the top. See that Brian's in the audience there. This is just for the week now. Tony's still up there in the top 2. He's either first or he got knocked down, but he's still right behind. And Ted came in along with Michael and CBS, and then me and Tina finished up there at the end. The overall, Tony is still in the first place with 42 wins, 22. Ted is second with 36-28. Michael's right behind by 1 game, 35-29. CBS is fourth with 33-31. Brian is tied with CBS. Then Tina and me are at 30 and 34. So that's overall for as far as that goes on the wins and losses on the actual games being played.
Your overall didn't come up.
No, I just read it. I didn't want to bring it up.
Okay.
I just wanted to read that. I'm not that gets brought up every couple of games. If I got to make a chart for that, but I'm focusing more on the week to week. So Brian had a real good week last week. You had a decent week too. So and all that. So you guys are. It's obvious who knows the football.
I appreciate that, Mike. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Go
So, and anybody that we're going to go through these different belt kings, and we want people to vote on them throughout the now and later. I'm also hoping that we can actually get someone who looks like this to be on Belts Kings. There we go. I like this one. It just needs some filtering. I don't know what Kipple Flimmy. I don't know what the heck that is in there, but this is what happens. These were all generated, by the way, on Grok. So real
quick question, Mike. That previous one, the female,
yes.
that's all AI generated. The person,
yeah. And here we go. I love the detail on this one. So we almost just need to put Tony D on the top there, where it has the Kipple. I may have to do that in the future. I'll just put it in overlay. This one I really like. It's colorful. It'd be a good jersey. I think we'd do well here. Anybody who likes this, just tell me. This one might be my favorite. Because to me, it looks like Tony before he has his breakfast. It's really good.
I'm not that light skinned.
Now this one here, we're still trying to figure out what the NFL. There we go. The Belt Kings. This is beautiful. This looks like a ring, actually, more than a belt.
It does, yes.
Yes, really nice. This is probably the most usable one. And it's even got the fantasy
I'm
football
a roll
there.
with that one. That one I want to make the logo.
Yeah, it's good.
Doesn't that look a little like New Orleans Saints there with right to the left?
It does.
It does. It does. Really good point. This one here is you've had one too many drinks, I think.
No, that one works as well. Go back one.
Go back? Sure. No problem. We can do that.
Aaron Rodgers is down.
Oh God, that one I like.
He's reaching for his left thigh.
Again,
Oh no.
He's been down. He's rolling over. He's on his back. He's down. Breaking news.
That's not good.
I like this one too, Mike. Please continue.
Yeah. Well, no, but breaking news is important. Okay. Can you read that for us there, Tony? Is this a true statement?
Yes. Gary
We've lost Fireman Rich. He's gone.
He was standing up. He took a solid hit standing up on the left side of his body, and he went crashing. He's okay. He's up. He's walking off. He's not. He's limping just a tad. I think he's just shook up. He had the wind knocked out of him, so he's up.
I'm all shook up.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe.
No.
Gary Wilson is Sauce Gardner ranked in the Athletics top 25 players under 25. I agree.
What do you think, Fireman Rich?
Garrett Wilson shares rookie of the year. I haven't really focused too much on the rookies as much as I had been with the WNBA with Caitlin Clark there.
Well, they're not rookies anymore, but they're young.
Oh,
yeah,
but they're top 25 players. Both Jets.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
This statistic here, I can even make it bigger. Look at this, guys. There we go. See? So isn't this scary? The two picks, number one picks, have been major belly flops so far. And Bryce Young is now benched for Andy Dalton. And look at the pass percentage completion. Isn't that awful? Not good. Not good. So hopefully things will change in the future. I don't think Bryce Young is done. What do you guys think?
No, he's not done at all.
No. He just needs to sit back, maybe regroup, and again, he's at Carolina, so there's more to go in just a quarterback position.
Yeah.
If the line can't protect your quarterback, of course he's going to have numbers like this. I think Williams has more potential of coming back.
Yeah. Did you see this statistical right here? This is kind of weird. The Jets have won multiple games in September for the first time since 2015. That's kind of scary. So they've always had a horrible record then, I guess, in September. I didn't know that. Did you know that, Rich?
No. Well, given the quarterbacks they have, I'm not surprised. So over the last couple of years and stuff. So
a lot of people say that Anthony Richardson is like Russian roulette. He's either phenomenal or game ending. He's not good. Like he either is in the highlight reel or you're saying to yourself, what is he doing? So I'm glad that Joe Flacco's in today. Well, he's healing up.
Just an update. Rodgers is back in the game.
There he is on the screen. Look at that.
Yeah, he's back in the game.
See, we would have swore we timed that.
Yeah, really. That's a good point.
Now, this gentleman here, I think, needs to go. Does anybody know who this is?
The coach of the Eagles?
You got it.
Why?
He's not working. He's had enough chances. I think the reason they lost the Super Bowl was because of him, to be honest.
There was a conversation about that. I tend to disagree, but there was a conversation about that.
Well, there's been at least one or two games that I saw that it's just, that one game when Barkley he had the ball and he dropped it there towards the but the coach could have made a decision about making doing a timeout there and stuff like that. So I would.
Is this a true statement, Fireman Rich?
It looked like it about 2 weeks ago.
No, he's not. No, he's never been in contention as an MVP. No. He's just trying to play. You sit out a whole year and you come back and they're already considering you as an MVP. No, I don't accept that. No, he's a good player. Got to give him kudos. He took a really bad hit there, and I thought he was down there, but he's back in. But as an MVP, no.
46 eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here. For all 46 eyes watching, Kyler Murray, go ahead.
We looked at this. This to me looks like Little League, a high school player. He's so tiny. I had no idea he was this small. He's like he's just got little short legs. He is fun to watch, though. He is fun to watch.
He's
Now
fast.
we were just talking about this individual. Do you know who this is?
Is that the tight end?
You got it.
That's Tyler Conklin.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
And this is why we have to be careful not to disrespect the people, because if he saw us in real life, we might be done.
Yeah, that's going to be Stephon Diggs looking for you.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, for sure, he's coming. I think I do better with him than I would with the last choice with Conklin. So, here we go. This is one of the saddest stories this year, I think.
One of yes.
Patrick Mahomes is actually the person that hurt him in that situation. You know that, right? He's the one that caused the injury.
Mm-hmm. I did see when he said that.
So, overrated, underrated, superstar. What do you think? Is
He's in a
time
good
going to
system.
tell?
He's in a good system.
Okay. Is he a game manager or is he a game changer? You remember that last year?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still a game manager, and I think he's a great quarterback. He's not a superstar, but he's a good, solid to great quarterback. And I think I think he has potential, but again, it depends on the pieces you have around you too to make you great.
Okay. How about this statement? We couldn't afford Derrick Henry. I think they couldn't afford not to have him.
Man, they roasted him for saying that.
Yeah. But we're on it here. On Bell Kings, we're not just beautiful co-hosts.
Do you
in
think that
imaginary
if he
world.
was on the Dallas were able to acquire him, would he be playing as good as he is now?
If they gave him the ball, yes.
And that's the key, giving him the ball, because he wasn't getting the ball in the beginning, first couple games of Baltimore. And they started the last couple games, or this last game they against Buffalo, and then against Dallas, he just ran over everybody.
You know the greatest thing right now about Derrick Henry, and I want to throw this in here.
Yeah.
He has not said anything disrespectful against the Titans.
No, he's a class
I don't
act.
think he's going to. I don't think he's going to.
He is the kind of individual, though, if he made a statement about a player the week before, he wouldn't, gaslight his co-host. I agree.
He's also one of them team players that plays for the team instead of looking for his shine. I agree.
All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of these stats?
All top quarterbacks. Those are your cream of the crop of the quarterbacks there and stuff.
I mean, that's just on paper. You can't debate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's because he's in a good system.
Yeah. Game manager, right? So
game manager, good system.
Yeah. So Lamar Jackson is he? I passed Dak Prescott. Okay, let's do Dak. Is Dak a game manager?
I think Dak plays the game fine. They give him a lot of criticism because they're not in the Super Bowl. That's the team he's on. He plays the game fine.
I don't think he's the problem this year. I think there's a whole lot of stuff going on.
He hasn't been the problem at all. That's the point.
I think here's another thing. I think the Dallas Cowboys, ever since I was a kid watching football, every year expectations are always high for Dallas Cowboys and stuff. And I think the reality set it's in what we're seeing and stuff. Are they great? Yeah, they won. Are they one of the greatest teams? You could argue, there's some other teams better, but they always have high. They're gonna just because of the Cowboys. They had that stigma that I think it's a stigmatism being called Americans team. It's like the New York Yankees. They say, oh, the Yankees, they're in baseball, they can be they can't be beat and stuff. And geez, they had a long drought of just barely making it to playoffs. I think Dallas is the same way. It's one of those sports teams that when it comes down to it, there's a lot of good a lot of good teams in the league.
Agreed. Okay, can we go to the next one, or do you want to chew on this a little bit more?
We got time. Go.
Keep going. Okay. Here we go. Power rankings for week 4. Are these correct? And do you disagree with any of these? Have a quick look. Can you see them?
Rodgers at number 11. I think he should be lower.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Cousins should have went higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be because this is before the week started.
Rodgers should be below Carr, Donald, and Mayfield and even Daniels on that fact. Yeah. As far as those, even though as far as playing wise. Said,
Now, let's say these are cumulative numbers over their career. We can't debate that. That's what it's looking like to me. These are cumulative numbers over their career.
Do you know what I find interesting here? Is Burrows, like his record right now is 1-3, and yet he is still rated number 8. Like
exactly. Yeah.
that's how high in regard he is.
That's what he did last season. He was
Great.
phenomenal last season.
Yeah. I think Mayfield at 19 is a little high, personally.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well,
Yes, I did see this. I think I saw this during that might have been the Monday night game
yeah.
or one of the games last week. I saw
Yeah.
this up there.
Yeah.
He just beat the both of them.
Yeah.
It's going to put him down amongst the greatest. You know that, right?
Oh, he is the greatest.
That's
I really think he is the greatest.
He's at great status. Yeah, I think he's earned
He
that.
is the greatest clutch player I've seen so far in my life so far.
Jeez, really?
Yeah.
I would say it's one of the greatest of that three because I don't think he's greater than Brady or they all have their own unique.
I wish there was a way we could do a crystal ball and show you after 12, 15 years of being in the league how different the numbers will be unless he gets really hurt and he has some kind of career ending. They're not even really good this year and they are 4-0 with wins. It blows my mind.
It's the system.
Well, it's coaching. Yeah. So what do you think about this here about Purdy? We were just talking about this. We circled this. Is this a true statement or is this Manui?
I think it's a little harsh saying a hater. You just have a difference of opinion and stuff. But I think he's been a solid quarterback. He just doesn't get the he's not in the real limelight. Maybe because of the system that Tony's talking about.
What do you think, Tony? Do we have a couple more slides left in us, or are we done?
Yes, we do.
You just tell me when.
I will.
So I wanted to show you here some of these scores. Okay, Kansas City is not blowing anybody out.
No,
they're just winning. So
you know what that is, right? You know what
Go
that
ahead.
is? They are the NFL standard. People have to beat them.
Oh,
they are winning championship status.
You know what? That's so true. They come prepared. You're right.
And that's prepared. People got to beat them. People got to get through the playoffs and get past them, and then people got to beat them in the Super Bowl. The regular season is owned.
And that's the current score right now of the Vikings Jet games. They just took a field goal, so it's 17-10.
Thank you for that.
So what do you think of this statement from
Josh Allen plays great football, hands down. It's not even. I have nothing against that. Nothing.
Yeah. LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron James. Oh, wow, that's a big compliment right there. Wow.
Yeah.
I got nothing against that. I agree.
Oh, that's surprise. And
now this is for the audience. Can anybody name? We all know who it is because I gave it away. But if you can in the comments, tell us who this is and what team they play for. Okay, thank you. And we kind of chewed on this and all were a little disturbed.
That's just cold-blooded. That is cold-blooded. Somebody needs to make sure that he did say that. Somebody didn't do him like that. Because that's cold-blooded.
You don't do that to your teammates.
No, you don't.
No, that's wrong. And you know what? He's young. So that's I hope that's a misprint, but I don't believe it is. Now, this is one of the biggest arguments right now, and I said this last year, that they were paying the quarterbacks way too much money for projected performance.
You did.
Not what they've done, but what they may do in the future. To pay someone $275 million and they haven't even won a game yet this year. They've not been
early
good.
in the season. It is still early in the season. We are almost a third of the season away.
Right.
It's still early.
But he was falling apart last year. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I do remember that, in all fairness, but the season's not over.
Fireman Rich, can you read that from where you are?
Yes, I can. And I think with Trevor there, there's a comment they mentioned, the talking heads there on Sports Center and all that, that he's too mechanical. He needs to loosen up a little bit. He's playing almost the same way he played as in college. So as far as his regular
He's
form,
too mechanical, you say?
yeah. Well, that's what the talking heads are saying. He's too
Yeah.
mechanical as far as that. So like you compare him to like Mahomes. Mahomes to me, there's some things you just. Well, he'll say otherwise after the fact because we've seen some plays that he's done. But you said he's ad lib. It's a broken play, but he's able to scramble something out of it. I think that's what they might be talking about. That
You've
I
got
got to talk to my
3
Jacksonville
minutes.
folks.
You've got 3 minutes, brother. Do you
I
want to?
got to talk to my Jacksonville folks about him because they're not happy down there. I'm gonna see if I can get some more out of that. I got family and friends down there. A lot of people aren't happy.
Do you want to wrap this up? We got 3
We got
minutes.
5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. Go.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go one more?
Yes.
You're the boss. I thought this would be worth talking about.
Listen, you were the one talking about that. You were the one harping on him, and I told you about that game when he knocked that 65-yarder out.
Yeah.
Told you about that game because I was like, that's what Mike's been talking about.
Well,
no, that's the one thing.
Fireman Rich though was kicking ones out the other day at 40 yards, no problem.
On the kickers, I wrote a note here because we talked about kickers and stuff like that as far as should we have her or not. I've seen a lot more kicking taking place in these games where if they're at the 45 or 50-yard line, they're taking a kick compared to as years pass. Where also fourth and short, you see a lot more teams taking that chance on that fourth down when they're in the middle of the 50-yard line and stuff. I don't know if you've noticed it or as far as
it's
especially
a trend.
I think with the kickers, they're kicking a lot longer because I'm seeing a lot more 40-yard to almost 50-yard field goals being kicked compared to the
I
short.
will just be damned. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by A.A. Ron Rogers, a.k.a. Ted Hicks, LateNightParents.com. Ted has made it into the broadcast.
Ted!
Succotash.
Into the big game.
Suffering succotash. Ted, what's good?
I said I made it to the big game.
You did. I see. I saw your message. We got about 4 minutes left, man. Go for yours.
Wait. 4 minutes?
It's been an hour and a half,
Still
bro.
got another half of we're covering the UK game, right?
You did not just get through customs. I'm not falling for that.
Hold on. I gotta drop down because I gotta fix the earpieces.
All right. And he doesn't drop down.
No, he's funny.
We get to see the field. He's actually on location. He's going to one of the games. I think he's going to let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can maximize Ted's picture. Let me see what we got. And he dropped down. Unbelievable.
So if you look at here, we've got
I'm gonna get you back up. Give me 1 second. I know he's about to pop back up. There he is. There he is.
Huh?
Is that Jace out there?
I think so.
Hey, yo, Ted, your mic's still on.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get set up.
You good. I've always told people we shoot from the hip around here. And he's going to be back. Go ahead and finish what you got, Mike.
It's just I thought this was so interesting. At one point in the season, in our first 5 weeks, he was beating Stefan Diggs, Jamar Chase, Marvin Harris Jr.
Yes.
Like even CD Lamb, he had more points. Fantasy points.
Yes. Yes.
So do you want to wrap this up? We're at 12 here, or
I'm gonna let Ted get a piece in because I gotta feed little man over here real soon. Ted, what you got, bro? And he drops down. He be struggling. He be trying though. I'm giving him credit for trying. I'm gonna give him credit for trying. Wait a minute. We got a request in the chat.
Yeah.
Do I drop Mark Andrews on Njoku for Dallas Goedert because someone in my league just dropped him? Njoku has injuries. We just read the recommendations for tight ends earlier. They say to drop Mark Andrews. So Marky 219, first of all, thank you for coming through second. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead and take Dallas Goedert. I would say yes. Gentlemen, what do you think?
I totally agree with what you're saying. I
I
think
would
that's a
take Dallas
good
Goddard.
call. I think that's a good call.
I
Yeah.
would take Dallas Goddard. Go ahead based on the recommendation. I know when Joke was hurt. I know he's hurt. He was hurt last week. I haven't seen him come back 100% yet. Go ahead and take Dallas Goddard. Thank you, Marky 219 for that. Josh Allen's a better player without Stephon Diggs, Chase Daniel. That's what you were saying, Mike.
Yeah.
That's
But
what you was.
I was castrated last year for such statements, and we
Well,
can't hear a word you're saying
because he was labeling them.
because Fireman Rich, we can't hear you, buddy.
Oh, I turned my thing down. I would totally agree with this, and I didn't disagree with you last year. I think, I don't know what the whole thing is, but there was no. I think Diggs was just he felt like he should have got every single touch or something like that, and he, I guess it just gets down to the point when you have a wide receiver, they think they're better than all the other wide receivers and stuff, and it's not a team. He was going past away from that. Okay, it's about the team, and it's just like the points that you mentioned about the points. The points, if you look at the points that he has gotten from Houston, they're down about maybe 2 yards from the goal line stuff. He hasn't gotten any real super impressive receptions. They're short yardage, and that's all he is right now as far as that goes. Okay, to possibly get an extra target in the end zone.
It's
So,
super competitive though with that team.
Oh, I
There's
think
so many great receivers, right?
Yeah.
Tank Dell, Nico Collins is probably in the top 3 of the whole league right now for fantasy.
Right.
Okay, do you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I was trying to give Ted a couple minutes to come back. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do need to get him fed over there. So let me go ahead and get him some breakfast. I got to drop down. Gentlemen, appreciate you all for coming through. Marky 219, thank you. Brian, appreciate you as always, homie. Who else we had in here? Smoker Schizo was in the house. Sadie was in the house. Tina was in the house. My man Jones, appreciate you coming through again. Saucy Boa, what's going on? Thank you for coming through.
Tamika.
Donika was in the house. I appreciate you, Donika. Nonsense Canasa was in the house. Appreciate you coming through. We got to drop down so Glick can come on, man. Come on, Ted. Make it quick. Cam, appreciate you coming through too.
Oh man, I'm just happy I just made it here.
I'm glad you made it too, bro.
This is the best fantasy football show on the internet. I just want to shout you guys out and just show you, hopefully, I think I have an early game tomorrow. I mean, next week, so I'll be on early.
Gotcha. Maybe we'll do something later on. I know you're going to be busy and all about. Maybe we'll see about later on tonight, definitely.
Okay, got it.
Definitely. Appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate everybody contributing. Appreciate the 34 sets of eyes we have maxed out at 40. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Look for me this evening, this afternoon, maybe tonight as well. Try and do something in the middle of the games if something pops up.